Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So it's Tuesday, and today I'm going to talk about fiber supplements. I received an email over the weekend asking me if I had any recommendations on how to get off of certain fiber supplements, and is it a right to be on these fiber supplements for the long term. Now, when I'm talking about fiber supplements, I'm talking about the supplements that we find at drugstores and at the chemist, things like Metamucil, stuff like that, right? It's made out of psyllium husk, okay, which is a seed, and it's ground down to a powder. And psyllium has a lot of fiber in it. The only problem is that when it's made into one of these fiber supplements, it's mixed in with a lot of other chemicals, right? We've got some sort of flavoring in there, we've got the orange dye, we've got artificial sweeteners, stuff like that. Like, it's all mixed in with this other stuff to make it taste like something, and people mix it up with their juice or their water or something, right? So the thing is that everyone needs fiber, and unfortunately more of the mainstream diets don't have that much fiber in it, and so people have issues of chronic constipation, irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome can really be balanced out with a high fiber diet, okay? Whether someone is chronically constipated or even just running to the bathroom all the time, okay? It can really help to balance someone out. And a lot of times doctors prescribe things like Metamucil, but you're much better off getting that high amount of fiber from your diet rather than taking one of these supplements. And if you're on one of these supplements, which many people are, okay? I mean, I have family members that have been on this stuff for like 30 years, and the thought of getting off of it, it's quite scary to them. And my favorite expression of all is, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. And I see that with people with problems with their intestines and their colon, is that they get onto certain things, these fiber supplements and different types of sort of intestinal stimulants and all sorts of stuff, that after a while they become dependent on it. And it's like, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose that intestinal strength and fire and ability to move things along, that you're going to have to rely on things outside of yourself, which you don't want to get to that point. And so my suggestion for anyone that is maybe on one of these fiber supplements is to take the first step of getting off of the commercially made supplement and get on to just even onto pure psyllium. You can find that at a health food store. It's powder, and you can do the same thing you would do with like your Metamucil. Get the pure psyllium, you just put a tablespoon in your water, drink it down with a lot of other water, or put in your juice or your smoothie, and you can transition off of the chemical stuff onto the natural stuff, but eventually get off of that as well, because psyllium, first of all, there's gluten in it, so if you've got a gluten issue, you shouldn't even be taking it. And second of all, it is very abrasive on the intestinal tract, that it's not something you want to be doing all the time, not for years on end and not daily. And so it's something that you slowly though want to get off of. You don't want to just overnight cut it out, because your body might have really been relying on it for so long. So the first suggestion would be is to go from the chemicals to the natural, and then slowly get off of that. And how you would get off of any kind of fiber supplement would be by adding more fiber-rich food into your diet. And it's not something that you're going to overnight just dive into, because as probably most of you know, is that these things you have to ease into. Especially when it comes down to fiber, because if you have fiber overload, it can be quite an experience and quite hard on your system. So it's something that you really have to transition gently. But you can get there. And the main thing is that the most fiber-rich foods out there are fruits and vegetables, and certain seeds like chia seeds and flax seeds have fiber as well, okay? But the things that have no fiber in them are meat and dairy product. Those are like the worst in any kind of processed food. any like flour and stuff. There's no fiber in there, you know. Anything that's been like processed down to like white flour, white sugar, that stuff is void of any fiber, and it's like glue in your system, okay, and it's just going to clog you up, okay. Same with the meat and the dairy products. So you want to put those things at the minimum, and you want to put the fruit and the vegetables, even, you know, certain non-gluten grains like quinoa and amaranth and buckwheat. Those have a lot of fiber in them as well. So you want to have that kind of stuff, the fruit, the vegetables, the root vegetables, all that kind of food. Real food is, I mean, it's pumped with fiber in it, you know, and that's what's going to help move things along and really get your digestive system working well, so it can work for itself rather than having to rely on something that's stimulating it all the time and weakening it, okay? So the main thing too, I just want to point out, is that when you're buying your food, okay, like if you're buying processed food, I want, you know, get into the habit of looking at the nutritional value on the box, okay, or on the package, you know, where they have the ingredients. There's an area that they, you know, marks how many calories are in it, how much fat, how much, you know, everything. And look and see how many grams of fiber. You shouldn't be eating anything that has less than, I don't know, 5 to 7 grams of fiber in it. I mean, especially if it's processed. Like most processed food is 0, okay? You want to be, on average, someone wants to be having at least 30 to 50 grams of fiber a day, okay? Average North American probably has about 10 grams of fiber a day. I mean, that's pretty scary. Me, I probably get about 50 grams of fiber in a day, okay? And that's soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. We need both. Fiber is good. Fiber is also what will help you feel full, it'll help you lose weight, and it'll help clean out your system. Super important, okay? So the more fiber-rich foods you're eating, that means the more water-rich and the more vitamins, minerals, everything, okay? So that's the direction you want to go in, and yeah, so those are my little tips for today. I'm wishing you guys a fabulous day, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye!